Okay, so here I am with another Marvel Legends review, and this is X-Men Age of Apocalypse, Marvel's Rogue. So they had to put the name of the figure all over the package in various places. So Age of Apocalypse was a pretty huge story in the 1990s. I remember a lot of people being really into it, and I kind of followed it, but I just wasn't reading a whole lot of X-Men at that time because around that time was when X-Men got really convoluted, and I think this was a way to try to make X Men a little less convoluted by making an alternate universe story where it was self contained and you could just read the whole thing beginning, middle, and end, and you didn't have to worry about at that point 30 years worth of baggage from X Men comics. But I actually was pretty well versed in X Men comics up to this point, and this is where it started to get kind of confusing for me. And I'm like, I don't really feel like investing in a whole another X-Men continuity, but I still kind of followed it, and I thought it was pretty cool for what they did with it. And maybe one day I'll go back and read the whole damn thing, but I haven't at this point. But I did like what they did with Rogue in this universe. So it says here, Rogue moves her way up the ranks of Magneto's X-Men, eventually leading a team of mutants to prevent the culling of mankind. Wow, thanks, Rogue. Uh, yeah, in this reality, they don't mention it there, but her and Magneto were lovers because he was actually able to touch her with his magnetic powers, which you know I guess kind of renders the whole plot of the first X-Men movie null and void. But whatever, I don't think they paid much attention to the comics anyway. So let's go ahead and take Rogue out of here. And I always really liked this design for Rogue, like the X-Men of Magneto in this series, they kind of all had a uniform look where they all had the same sort of collar that Magneto had, and I think it's a little more subtle on Rogue, but you can still tell it's there. She comes with Build-A-Figure parts, which obviously is for Colossus. So there's his arm, and there's his fist. The other figure I bought in this line was Magneto, and he didn't come with any. And then she comes with two of her own fists, so she can punch stuff. So, and I think for this figure, what I'll wind up doing is she's got two open hands and two fists. So I will display her with one open hand and one fist. That's how I usually like to do that when that's my two options. So, and then we'll get Rogue herself out of here. No twist ties, no rubber bands. I always loved that. Magneto was the same way, even though I didn't mention that. And then here we go. So she's got these big poofy sleeves, which is accurate to how she was presented in the comic book. And she's got kind of this anime kind of haircut because that was the way that Joe Madureira liked to draw. Her face is really cute looking. There we go. Nice pouty lips and blue eyes. I can't tell. I think it's blue eyes. Rogue's supposed to have blue eyes. Kind of this hairstyle kind of reminds you of Debbie Harry a little bit, but a little more poofed out in the front, where she's got the white spot. You can tell that's all cheesed and hairsprayed and aquanetted, and the rest of it just kind of hangs down. But I like that. I kind of like that she put emphasis onto that part. She has bigger, clunkier boots than most of these Marvel Legends figures have. Like I said in the Magneto review, he had kind of more normal looking Magneto boots, and I guess I figured maybe they were trying to tone down on that one, but with this one, she definitely has the chunky Joe Madureira boots, and you can see the glove cuffs. It looks like that's a separate piece. It's glued on there. It's probably glued on there. No, it's just kind of loose on there, which is good because I feel like it's kind of a little high on the wrist there, so I want to pull it down a little bit more, and that'll look a little bit more like it's attached to the glove. Before I get too settled on that, I'm gonna do what I was talking about and swap out this hand, make sure I got the right one. This is the right hand, and pop that in there. There we go. And then I can go ahead and get her posed like she's about to punch somebody in the face. Get ready! Pow! She punches you in the face. So, this one was obviously pretty inspired by the costume that she was wearing in the comics at the time this storyline started. So it's, all yellow and green, but at the same time, it is supposed to be like, oh, this is loose. This isn't glued on. I figured that would have been glued on, but it's not. Interesting. So I'll just kind of put it back there as best I can. I might wind up gluing it down later myself. But yeah, so that costume was already really popular with Rogue in the comics. So when they redesigned her for this story, they stuck pretty close to it. They took away the leather jacket, but they gave her these kind of poofy sleeves, which I feel like is very reminiscent of the leather jacket. Like a lot of these Marvel Legends figures, her body is basically sculpted almost as if she's like naked and just kind of has this costume painted on. There's a lot of detail in the posterior. I don't know if that's showing through in the camera very well since it is yellow. So it kind of like just kind of all washes into yellow, but there's all kinds of like nooks and crannies and muscles and where all the muscle groups fit together and everything like that. So they put a lot of effort into sculpting that butt. Thank you, Hasbro. But yeah, she's a great looking figure, and I was never able to get the Jim Lee style Rogue, that one that everybody's crazy about. I don't think I've gotten any Rogue figure in Marvel Legends, to be honest, though. I think this might be the first one I've gotten. But, since they're so cheap, I might go up and pick up another one and repaint that one to be like the Jim Lee version. Maybe take this collar off and sculpt the rest of the jacket onto the torso myself. Shouldn't be that hard. And then just keep these sleeves. I think these sleeves would work pretty well for that. So, but anyway, that's pretty much it for this Rogue figure. I'll go ahead and take a quick look at that Cyclops arm. Even though I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the rest of the figure. But if I do, it should be pretty cool. So, anyway, that's pretty much it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And all the fun YouTube stuff down below. Tell me what you think of this Rogue action figure and Rogue in general. I am interested in your opinion. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please tune back in soon. Bye.